Hello everyone, this is Jackie Williams. As a follow-on from my Stampin' Up! Trimmer tips video, I wanted to make a project that showcased some of the ways to use the trimmer that I shared with you in that video. Now be sure and check the video description to download your guide to the Stampin' Up! Trimmer. And this was my first draft. I have since added a few more tips and some photos and things to make it just a little bit more robust. Now to start this project, I'm going to start with a card base of 5.5 by 8.25 inches, or you could do 8.5 inches. And I'm going to score my card in half, and I'm going to score this at 4 1/8, or it would be 4.5 if you're using letter size. Taking care to make sure I've got the scoring blade. And then on one of the sides, I just always make sure I've got that in half. On one of the sides, I'm going to score it at 1 1/4 inches. So I have two score lines there. I'll just move this to the side. So that's going to fold in half. And then this folds back. Now we'll use our trimmer, and now we're going to use this side arm a little bit. I'm going to put it back at 1 1/4 inches. This time I'm going to use the cutting blade, and I'll start at about 3.5 inches and then maybe go up to about 2 inches and cut all the way to the top. Okay, so it's looking like that so far. Now you could use your trimmer, but this doesn't really need to be all that straight, so I'm just going to use my scissors, and that just is going to leave me with this little tab here. Okay, now we'll quickly put our card together. Now I'm going to be using the Scenic Adventure bundle. I've got my pieces here. Okay, now I'm going to use the Country Woods papers and put that dark wood on the front. I've got my white inner for the inside. I probably didn't need to have a separate piece for that, but I just like the weight that it adds. It's upside down. And then I've got the hiking paper and then my plaid paper for the inside. Okay, like this. And you might be wondering what that is for. We're getting there. So I'm going to set that actually aside for a minute. And for this piece, I'm going to use Balmy Blue. I think I'll go ahead and just ink all over a bit of a sky background here. Nothing too dark, but just a little something there. Okay, then let's build our scene. So I've cut these from the Scenic Adventure dies, and these are going to go something like this. So I'm kind of gauging where to stamp my trees. So I'm thinking I've got garden green here. Let's see how dark this is going to come out. So I want those not so dark. So I'm going to stamp that off twice. I'm thinking about here. Now let's go ahead and put our pieces on. Okay, now we're ready for the assembly. So on this little tab, I'm just going to put a bit of glue and then put my panel. And while that's drying or grabbing, I'm going to put my textured metallic dots. I think I'm just going to use 2 for this one. There we go. And then it opens like this. And you can achieve all of that using the Stampin' Trimmer, as in you can achieve the card base using the Stampin' Trimmer, all the cuts that you need. And then here's one that I made earlier. I decided this was maybe a little too small, but I don't know. I like them both. What do you think? And that one I put a little campfire in the middle. And then here's just another version of this little fun fold card that I made using the Terrific Toadstools. This one, or these ones, are a square design, and these are using the Christmas tags papers that are coming early September. Same idea though, and using those beautiful printed papers and the die cut. So this paper pack has printed papers like this and these die cuts sheets that come in the pack. So I hope that helps you get some ideas for using your trimmer. Please check the video description to download your trimmer tips and tricks guide. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Jackie Williams. Please leave me a comment, share this video, and of course subscribe. I'll see you next video. Bye-bye.